So one matter dey clear. I no know wetin dey happen for dis country, but e be like say some ministries dem don dey smoke igbo. Example is the Ministry of Finance. They don dey na dem decide say government funded parastatals will be automatically debited 40% from their account to the federal government account. That is, any money wey enter the government parastatal account, at the end of the month, 40% of that money automatically will be debited to the federal government account. So they are leaving 60%. As a matter of fact, from the latest line, now 50% they leave for the parastatal to be able to run the parastatal. And they have told them to align their expenses with that 50% where they live with them. So this other half is going to the federal government. Now, they can send letter to all the parastatals. Say, we don't come out our percentage. The one where they send give University of Abuja call leak. How we tell leak, we don't know. But immediately at the leak, I saw hala. Everybody shout. Professors hala. Say money will not reach us. Now you won't collect. Now, they do an event for University of Ibadan. They invite President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He not fit go. He send Minister for Education, make go represent her. Then that Minister of Education inform everybody. Say the one when we suppose they collect from university, the president also will stop am. Say it's not the right time. That the universities are struggling for now, so they cannot collect that money for now. So it is decided that one will stop first. Let's hear the news. A leaked memo addressed to the heads of universities recently by the Nigerian government noted that commencing from November, universities will have 40% of revenues generated internally and deposited in the account will be deducted automatically by the government via the Treasury Single Account (TSA). A copy of the memo addressed to the Office of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Abuja by the Revenue and Investment Department of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation in the Federal Ministry of Finance notified the institution of automatic deduction of 40% of its IGR by the government. Dated 17 October and signed by the Director of Revenue and Investment Department, Felix Ogundairo, the letter noted that the decision which affects all partially funded government agencies and parastatals, including universities, is in line with the provision of Section 62 of Finance Act 2020. The memo reads in part, it is important to emphasize that this policy of 40% auto deduction of gross IGR is in line with Finance Circular Reference Number dated 20th of December 2021, limiting the budgetary agencies or parastatals to not more than 50% of their gross IGR and the remittance of 100% of the remaining 50% to the sub-recurrent account. While all statutory revenue lines like tender fees, contractual registration fees, disposal of fixed assets, rent on quarters, etc. shall be remitted 100% to the sub-recurrent account. The memo instructed the universities and other affected agencies of the government to align their budgets to the new realities. Tinubu cancels 40% IGR deduction from universities. President Bola Tinubu has announced the cancellation of the automatic deduction of 40% from the internal generated revenues of federal universities. He says the policy implementation is ill-timed. Mr. Tinubu spoke on Friday at an ongoing 75th Founders Day ceremony of the University of Ibadan, UI. He was represented by the Minister of Education, Tahir Mamman. In a speech as visitor of the university, Mr. Tinubu pledged his commitment to the reform of the nation's education sector as a bedrock for national development. Mr. Tinubu said the 40% IGR automatic deduction policy stands cancelled. This is not the best time for such policies since our universities are struggling. This development was confirmed to Premium Times by multiple sources at the ongoing event, including the Lagos Zonal Coordinator of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Adelaja Adukoya. Mr. Adukoya is a professor of political science and dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Lagos. Now, you see, the letter will leak. Not be later to inform them say they go collect them. Now later to inform them say we don't collect them. So that means that first month will not go. I'm not so sure, but that is what it obviously means. But check that aside. Let's talk about a government parastatal, because that we dey talk about universities. Government parastatals includes government hospital. So if this money now is going to be collected from all government parastatals, it means even your hospitals are going to be paying 40% of internally generated revenue. What is internally generated revenue? Government parastatals like schools and hospitals are not supposed to even be generating revenue internally. What they charge you for is the money for the things they give you. So for example, if you dey Unilag, that your hostel fee is not money that they make as profit. It's money for the accommodation they give, and that money they take to maintain the hostel. That make you the system not plenty, because they just charge you based on how much they need to maintain the hostel. Money wey they charge you for light, now the one they need to pay light bill and buy diesel. So they are not making profit internally. Now if you say you want to take 40% from their generated revenue, it means they have to increase the bill, so that the one wey dey with them go reach to maintain. That is what we call taxing the poor. Adibin Ansu not shout. Adibin all these professors not shout. Now so you for the collector. Adibin that don't even leak. Now so you for the collector they go. We for not understand why school fees they high. Everything they high. We don't know that federal government like they do us. Are we even supposed to be discussing this? If you go to a federal hospital, you are not paying for medical bills. That's why most times you go buy your syringe yourself. Now you go buy your tape yourself, because they are meant to help the people we don't get. But if we start charging them 40%, it means they have to start putting bills. Coach, when we say hard, some people won't make it harder until we create first for the Nigeria before they don't say things are serious. No, now we should not even be discussing this. Anyway, I just believe say now when they talk say they will stop it to stop, because ASU president don't they say a lie. Say not trust federal government. Say they get the talk that one maybe like say that they try. If he shock us later, go yes, they still collect and nothing anybody will do. But the government has empathy for the people of Nigeria. They should understand already that statement when the president said let the poor breathe, they are living the opposite of that statement.